Welcome back, campers and parents. My name is Mr. Tyler, and this week is Everyday Heroes Week. It is our second to last week of camp. So, what are we doing this week for Everyday Heroes Week? We're going to be doing fingerprinting. So what you'll need, sheet of paper, some scissors, and a washable black marker. All right? So, the first thing we're going to do is cut the piece of paper in half. Doesn't matter how you cut it in half. It can be not straight, not perfect. As you can see, this isn't exactly perfect. But after you're done cutting it in half, move those to the side. Now you have two different pieces of paper. You're going to label one paper as your left hand and one paper as your right hand. All right, so now that we have done the left and right hand labeling, we're going to go ahead and mark our thumb, our pointer finger, our middle finger, our ring finger, and our pinkies on each one respectively, because we're going to be going ahead and coloring our fingers and then pressing them onto the paper. All right, so you're going to go ahead and begin by coloring in your finger with a washable marker, and make sure that you're getting it good. You're coloring your thumb. Now you don't have to color your entire thumb, all right? You can just color like the top part, just like that. And then you're going to press it onto the paper and push down really hard, as you can. And you'll be left with a print. So I'm going to go ahead and do those for all my fingers, and then we'll talk about what to do next. All right, so I finished. This is my left hand. Here's all my prints. Now, the reason why fingerprinting is considered an everyday hero activity is because this is how law enforcement typically use to find out if you've been to a crime scene. For instance, if I were to grab this cup and I were to drink from it. Now let's say I stole candy from my teacher's desk. And it just so happened that I also touched this glass. Detectives can go around and sort of dust off the glass and find these fingerprints. Now, what's important is, when I touch the glass with this hand, these all match. Believe it or not, your fingerprints are unique to you, meaning your fingerprints are not like anyone else's, but all your fingerprints are the same. So, what should we do to modify this? Well, for beginners, maybe only do 2 or 3 fingers. You don't have to do both hands. You don't have to do all your fingers. For intermediate, try using a magnifying glass and spot out and see the uniqueness of your fingerprint. Also notice how they're all the same. Or do they? Do they all look the same? What's the difference between your thumb and your pinky? Are your friends or family same as yours? These are all questions you have to ask yourself. Get your friends to do it, get your family to do it. It'll be a lot of fun. Now for advanced, you can use the magnifying glass. Ask yourself the same questions. Take it a little further. Do your toes. So let's say you're trying to sneak around the kitchen and get those cookies that your parents told you weren't allowed to have. Could your parents sort of swab the ground and find your toe prints if you were barefoot? And if they find your toe prints, are they the same as your fingerprints? These are good questions to ask yourself. Good things to know. That is all for my activity this week. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you next week for the last week of camp for this summer. Bye, guys.